Hi, I'm Cynthia Schiller. Please like and subscribe. So just trying to understand the way the narcissist talks to us, where this devaluation comes in. It's almost like just this quick little switch goes off. And often we don't know exactly what caused it, but for some reason they see this little reflection of themselves through us trying to talk to them. So when we say, I don't know, let's say, we need to go to the grocery store today because we're used to going to the grocery store with them. And then they'll take it as, you think you have control over me. And it's kind of like we had this like ongoing thing. We just always, Sunday we went to the grocery store and we're just trying to talk to them like, oh, we got to do this today. And just a statement of fact. And all of a sudden, for some reason, something goes off in them to where it's not safe to say anything to them anymore. If we say, that we don't like when they yell at us, it's almost like they see it as we're trying to control them. As opposed to saying, it's not the healthiest way to talk, but they take it as we're trying to put control onto them. It's just little things like that where it's like, we're just trying to talk to you. And for some reason, they have like low self-esteem. And eventually when we're just trying to communicate with them, it's like a subconscious thing in their mind to where they're twisting the things that we're trying to communicate with them into a whole different situation in their head, and they react to that. It's something that we're not abusing them, but it's like their reactive abuse. They feel that we're attacking them when we're trying to just communicate. And they're so unsettled that we never know what state of mind they're in. They can flip-flop between responsibilities. So there's nothing consistent in our lives. If they start a new project, they might be enthralled in that. And if we try to communicate just in general, do you think, I don't know, Thursday we could sit and watch a movie, and they get irritated. And we're just trying to, it's okay to say yes or no, but all of a sudden we become the enemy because we're trying to infiltrate their control over their life. They don't want to compromise. If it's not their idea, they don't want to do it. It's something so unsettled in them, and their low self-esteem makes them twist everything into this different scenario because they're used to chaos, and they feel the low self-esteem. And so it's almost like they know the bad part about them, and so they give us this facade, but since they know that they're kind of like a bad person, they don't react the right way. They feel that that's how we look at them now, because they start to valuing us and they bring us down to their level when we're not at that level. But when they start talking to us that way, they do knock us down. And then all they see is negativity. They create it and we react to it. And when we overlook it to try and keep the peace, for one thing, they don't like it because it's not the chaos. We're letting it go. But when we let it go, it gives them permission to do it too. So once they do devalue us, it's like impossible to talk to them. They always have little jabs at the end. They can never like fully be kind. I don't know, let's say I got my hair cut, and they'll be like, oh yeah, that looks great, because you're supposed to say it looks great, so they'll be, it looks great, but I liked it better longer, and it's like, okay, I was feeling pretty. There's always that little jab. it's like an unnecessary statement, because this is what my hair is like now, and I'm asking, do you like what I have? And they also don't let you have your own beliefs. If you say, I don't know, let's say I'm like, I really like wearing skirts. And they're like, no, because I don't even know how to say this. I had it where, if you like something, they'll twist it around to where you're not entitled to like that. And they give false promises on things. That devaluation stage just starts throwing everything off. It's a subconscious thing that goes off in their head. And I just thought it was kind of important to know, because a friend or one of the subscribers had asked a certain question, like, if I write this note, how is the narcissist going to take it? And, I kind of like tore it apart sentence by sentence, that the narcissist is not going to see what you're saying. The narcissist is going to see it as, that, when you're apologizing, they're going to see it as, I'm in control. They don't even want to hear that. I'm sorry. They hear the, I'm in control. If you say kind-hearted things, it's all twisted. And when we try to do things heartfelt, it's taken the wrong way, just because they can't relate to it. It's a different world to them. And I was kind of thinking earlier, on the way that they communicate, it still blows my mind. And thinking about how the narcissist communicates, and how they hide all these things that they hide, and secrets, and they just come off the cuff with those little white lies, half truths. And I was thinking, like, how would I even communicate with somebody in a narcissistic pattern, as a narcissist? I'm like, that has got to be exhausting. Let's say that I don't know, let's say you and I broke up and I slept with somebody, and you're asking me, we weren't together. It's okay if you did. I just want to know, and like the narcissist would reply like, why would you think I slept with somebody? And then you're like, well, I'm just asking, we were kind of broken up, and and it's like, they just would start spinning it like, well, you should have more faith in me than that, which doesn't answer the question. And so we're thinking, are they covering it up? Am I supposed to believe that we should have faith that they didn't? But they still won't answer the question. And the narcissist will go on and on, sentence after sentence. And we'd be like, well, of course I have faith. I'm just asking, if you did. And they're like, my goodness, you have low self-esteem, or I don't even know, because it's just so hard to do. But they just keep coming back and back and back without answering your question. And that's why we start to feel like we're crazy. It's like, we want them to change the way they talk. But just like you could see right now, I'm struggling to talk the way they do. They struggle that way too, in reverse. It's so foreign to them. And, when you're talking to someone, it's fairly quick. And they get to the point where it's like, oh, just like if I was trying to talk like a narcissist, trying to cover something up, it would be like, my goodness, like, because we're used to taking accountability, even if one or two sentences goes by, and then we're like, all right, I gotta come up off the information. The narcissist could go on and on and on. And then they're good that they bring it full circle to where now we're so confused either what the question was, or we start feeling bad. I feel like I'm berating them, to where the conversation stops. And then if you ask, all right, this is going nowhere. Can we talk about this, tomorrow? I'm not ready to sleep with you unless we talk about it. And they're like, yeah, we could talk about it tomorrow. Or they'll probably turn it around like, geez, you're so sensitive, or you just don't get it. I'm trying to tell you, you're just not taking it. And it's like, I need a yes or no. And then they won't talk about it. They'll be like, there you go, ruining the mood again. You always have to bring up the negative. You can't just let things lie or move on, or we've already talked about that. And you're like, well, I know, but I didn't get my answer. And they're like, well, you weren't listening then. And it leaves us unsettled. And then when they see us unsettled, they're kind of feeding off our energy. And it's weird though, because when that energy goes low, it's destructive, but it's also a comfort to the narcissist in a way. They thrive in that situation. They don't necessarily like it. This is where it gets tricky. I don't even know if they like it, but it's where their comfort is. Just like if you're used to something, you might have a crappy blanket that you sleep with, but that's what you're used to. And you get somebody else's comforter and you're like, this isn't what I'm used to. I like my crappy blanket. It's just a comfort, whether you like it or just are used to it. So the narcissist gets, they react in a negative way, because the negative feeds off of each other. And they just keep going with it. They keep going with it. They don't snap out of it. They don't try to get out of it, because that's their comfort level. And it's just so destructive. And it's mind blowing how destructive words can be, or lack of empathy, to where they don't care. They don't care to compromise. They don't care to uphold values, promises, commitments. It's like they're like, look, I did the good part for a while, and that should have been good enough. Just like if they promise to do something, they're like, look, I've already done things for you. I don't have to keep doing things for you all the time. You should like me for who I am. And we're just asking whether it's time or growing the family, as far as, going to weddings or graduations, to where we're trying to build the, family bonds. And they just a lot of times have no desire to do things like that. And it's all about them. And when we get into a relationship, that's not why we get into it. We get into it to enjoy it. So in the beginning, we're enjoying it. And then all of a sudden we're talked to like we are objects. Like, it's weird. If you want a relationship with a narcissist to work, everything does have to be about them. And it will always go bad, because when you do everything right, the narcissist just takes advantage of it. And when they start taking advantage of it, that's where the devaluation stage comes in. So no matter what you do, if you're doing everything right, that is still destroying the relationship. So if you do everything right, it will still destroy the relationship. So if you're thinking about trying harder, or doing the best you can do to get back with this person, it's destructive, and it's never going to work, because you're not the type to be happy taking advantage of somebody or taking them for granted. The narcissist has to be in control, and they will always control you. And when they feel they can't, they'll control your emotions. So if you're having a good day, they're going to knock it down just because they have to control something. And unfortunately, they felt they needed to control us instead of build the relationship. So have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video.